sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Minnaragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Minnaragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Minnaragua sparkling water.
Minnaragua, get your fizz.
This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Let's get over our friends 709-965 WCAMF, Rochester's classic rock. Nice work today, guys. Also 98 Rock, California's rock station in Sacramento, and our friends at Z-Rock 103 in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome to the show. Who Sucks Less is coming up. The word helps you with the marijuana lingo, especially if you're traveling to up north and the Great White North, as Canada is about to legalize marijuana nationwide in 1 week. And that's kind of part of our question. What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
Hello, Mason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, I once got tricked into trying something that I will definitely never try again.
Which is what?
So I was working construction in Hawaii. I'm Howley. My foreman was a Filipino guy named, his name was Narding.
Narding?
Talk about a unique name. But anyway, it was raining and we're all kind of huddled up under this piece of plastic sheeting having lunch. And he said, "Hey, Howley boy, come have some steak." And I was like, "No, thanks." Said, "Come on, my wife will get mad if I bring some home." So I took a piece and I'm sitting there chewing it. It didn't taste like any steak I've ever tasted.
What did it taste like?
It tasted like, you ever have like a bad cut of steak that's over well done and it tastes kind of livery?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know that flavor that you're talking about. It's very distinct and very hard to describe, but absolutely. You can definitely taste Oregon when something is bad.
Yeah, and anyway, I look at the rest of them that's in his little Tupperware on top of a bed of rice, and it had like that iridescent oil.
Yeah.
The sheen.
Like a dragonfly wing.
That's what they call the manager's special
right,
meat.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the Filipino guys were laughing at me. It was dog.
Well, he had no problem eating it, right?
No, that his wife.
So why is the joke just on you? You know what I mean? Like, he's the one eating it for lunch. My mind says, I'll taste it. Joke's on him.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, in the end,
you're eating this as a meal. Like, you're not tricky. I would taste it voluntarily. No problem with that. But you're actually eating it as a meal. So in my mind, like, joke's on you. I'll be Captain Halley, but you're eating it.
Yeah, but he
man.
knows it's only, like, he doesn't mind eating it. It's only going to be funny when the Halley eats
Sure.
it.
It's like the old joke. It's like
nasty stuff. You guys know what balut is?
The egg that's dug into the ground. Yeah, have you tried that?
No. It's a chicken egg that's like they allow it to fertilize. So there's like an embryonic chicken. So it's not like a yolk.
Right. You bite into this egg and it's like fermented and there's bird in it.
No. Or maybe some style of it, but straight up balut is like a fertilized chicken egg. So it's like crunchy.
But see, to me, that's all you need to say. You say, hey, man, it's a fertilized chicken egg. I can make an informed decision that says, I don't want to eat that. If you just say, try the steak, I try it. But in the end, you're like, this tastes like a really terrible steak. So, Miles, I agree with you. They're like, hey, guys, inevitably the joke's on you. And there's this old joke. A German guy goes to a McDonald's. I think it's like in New York City, whatever, right? And standing in line and walks up and they ask for his order. And he wants to get a burger and he wants to get a beer. And the guy behind him is like, you dumbass, we don't serve beer at the McDonald's here in America, and just laughs his ass off. Then the German guy eventually, he starts chuckling. And the American guy's like, what are you laughing at? He's like, I realize you came here for the food. Hello, Troy. Welcome to the men's room.
How you going, bros?
Hola.
Hola, bitches. Hey, I tell you what, man. Went down with my family for my parents' 30th anniversary in Vegas. And we got all dressed up, spiffed up, went out to a nice restaurant, and decided to try caviar for the first time.
Okay.
Well, the caviar wasn't beluga caviar. It was salmon caviar. And I tell you what, I'm a trout fisherman, and it tasted like I was eating potski eggs on the end of my fork. And I was like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. So I was, at that point in time, I was done.
How much did it cost?
I love seafood. I love oysters. Things like that. I can eat oysters off a half shell. A couple dozen. But
I'm right there with you, man. I love seafood in general, but caviar, I guess it is seafood. I never equate it that way. But
is it technically sturgeon eggs?
Technically, it's sturgeon. And when you get that, so they'll throw a roe or something on top of your sushi, right? But typically, it's just the little fine stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But when you get caviar, it's picture like a teeny tiny grape. I mean, these things.
Who thought it was a good idea to have dinosaur eggs?
The hungriest person ever.
I was expecting, to see something like I've seen on TV before, on the cooking channels, but
sturgeon fossils have been found alongside dinosaur fossils.
Yeah, man, they've been around.
You're eating dinosaur eggs.
But those eggs have never been good. I mean, billion or millions of years of evolution.
Sturgeon itself is delicious.
Sturgeon is fine. Yeah. But look, man.
Which is strange, too, that a dinosaur could taste so delicious.
I mean, look, chickens taste good.
Well, these are big, though. You're talking about a fish that's, I think the difference is in age. Technically, what we've always understood is the older something is, if you got the biggest lobster, it probably wouldn't be that
tough.
good.
Right.
Yeah, so, I would assume the same thing with sturgeon, but I don't believe that's the case. I think, man,
wine?
If they're 80 years old, man, and you want to eat them, because you're going to have fillets for, days.
I don't know, man. I just think I'm trying to think of my animal point of view of anything. I think if I'm going to make a decision about what it is I'm going to eat, right? I'm an apex predator. Sounds horrible. I'm going to go for the young, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Goat meat is what. Yeah, but they do it because the young can't fight.
Well, that's not true, though.
They go because they can't fight.
They pick off old ones, too, though.
They'll pick off old because they can't fight. But it's not about taste, because here's the thing, man. It's lamb, I think, tastes delicious. I understand what lamb is. It's another thing. If you said you just want straight sheep, I'd be like, that's all right. So, I mean, the predator, they're just going after the weaklings, right? Kid can't fight. Old people can't fight. They never go after the real deal. But even if you got to make a choice, I got to eat your young, because frankly, man, they're tender. I think they're delicious.
I think
they're like nuggets.
The only time that doesn't hold true is the Cornish hen. Because you got this teeny tiny chicken, right?
Right.
You think if it was teeny tiny, it'd be better. And everybody would be
different.
getting Cornish hens, but nobody does. The small, tiny little, I know it's not the same as a chicken, but you know what I'm saying, size-wise, it's a smaller version.
It still tastes that great to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's part of the problem.
I've had it once, and I will never get it again. I will do that every once in a while, and I'll get pissed off at it. I will try something on the menu that I've never had before. We were out to dinner one night, and I swear to God, this place, a steakhouse, has ostrich.
Okay.
On the menu. Well, Ryan Castle, the drunk in charge, he'd been to this place a couple times. Matter of fact, he'd been to this place a couple times, enough to the point where he'd been through the menu and tried the ostrich because it was there. So he gets the ostrich.
Is this place I'm thinking?
Yeah. I take a bite of it. It's some of the greatest stuff I ever had in my life.
Really?
It was fantastic. I would order it again if I went there. What do you
compare it to?
They took it off the menu.
Of course they did.
It's somewhere between steak and chicken.
Okay.
Like sticking.
Sticking? I'm going to get some of that sticking. Or you can just go ahead and call it shake.
But every once in a while, I will do that. I will order something that I've never had before. When the last time I was in Canada, they had a bison steak. And I'm like, you know what? I've never had a bison steak. I've had a bison burger before. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Because it wasn't fatty, but it was still tender, which I thought was incredible for something that had no fat.
I like bison burgers that you mix with a beefalo burger.
Sure.
But yeah, the bison steak itself is just tastes like meat.
I just had a good one.
A generic word for meat.
I had a good one. So for me, I was
I'm sure they marinated the hell out of it.
Whatever they did in preparation was great.
Dude, I had bison burgers 2 weeks ago down in Denver and loved it.
Could you tell the difference? If someone if someone just said, "Here's a hamburger," would you have known?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I
don't know. I was just fired up.
I've thought about that before. Somebody's like, "This is so juicy." I don't even know if I think that this. I don't even know if I can tell a difference. But I think in my case, they did blend a little hamburger into my bison.
Yeah,
so
if you cook just by it's too lean.
What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
Now you're making me wonder how many people have passed off this is Kobe beef. That's why it tastes a little different, but it's delicious. Guess who it is, Ted?
James,
welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hola!
Alcohol and prostitutes. Anyway.
That's what you tried only once and you'll never do again?
No. I tried heroin once, and I will never do it again, and never have done it again.
What were your expectations going in? So, I mean, I know a lot of people that have been or still are addicted to heroin. It's one of those deals, but none of them are happy about it. You know what I mean? So, like, what was the sales pitch going in? Here's a drug that makes everyone miserable. Let me try it.
Yeah. Well, my expectations were that, you know, I could possibly become hopelessly addicted to this awesome feeling,
Right.
you know, the first time, right?
Yeah.
So I tried to do it as intelligently as I could, which sounds stupid. So I drove a long distance to a trusted friend, so I couldn't get it again when I went back home.
Okay.
So I drove from the Seattle area down to Oakland, California, and I had a friend slam it for me, you know, inject it.
That is a true friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something you can count on.
Glad you got a nursing degree.
Hey, man, I know he's getting married now, but it's my best man's spirit. I just want to tell you something about this guy that no one else would do for me. I asked Eddie over there, I asked Frank, hell, I asked my own parents. No one else would slam heroin into me the first time.
Well, I got to ask, you obviously, you really wanted to find out what this experience was about. Why? What was your inspiration? Who was the person that you said, like, I want to figure out what this person was thinking or what this does? Like, why did you read a book? I mean, I don't know.
It wasn't an inspiration. I was my first relationship I'd ever been in fell apart. She cheated on me, so I was heartbroken, you know. And I decided I'm still too much of a wuss to off myself. But you know what? I'm gonna tilt the scales in the favor of random chance.
All right,
I get
a little
it.
bit.
Yeah, that first heartbreak, you lose your mind.
Things that I haven't done before, so I went on a quest to try every substance. You know what I mean?
What substances did you try again?
MDMA, mushrooms, acid, crystal, heroin. Yeah, those ones. DMT.
Give me the order of the worst from top to bottom.
Oh dear. Well, still from what I hear story-wise, heroin is the worst.
But for you personally,
that didn't affect me. For me personally, the one that's caused the most damage in my life was crystal.
Sure.
Yeah, that was my substance of choice.
And for how many years?
About 7 years.
Okay.
Wow.
But you're clean now, James?
That's true.
All right, man.
Yep.
Good for you.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I would be too scared. Like anything else, that's one of those things that just scares me.
Well, no one has a good story.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, but heroin, I get in the idea that everyone says at least that first time you do it, right? It's like, it's the most amazing feeling. All right, understood. The problem is every story after that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With meth, I don't know that I've even heard, like, the first time it's great. Just that it's different.
I just know that, like Ted said, I wouldn't even, I'd be too scared to try something, you know, like, I'd be afraid, like, look, I'm either going to really like dipping or I'm not.
Oh, yeah, then I'd start smoking meth all the time.
I'd be afraid it would go the other way. You know
His house is so spotless. He's not even a clean freak. What's gotten into him?
That's meth, dude.
What,
good for his hygiene.
What did you only try once? And why will you never try it again? 844-999-OLA. Hold the line, more your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Want to quit smoking or alleviate depression? In a few years, you might be taking the psychedelic magic, quote, in magic mushrooms if the FDA ever agrees. The New York Times reports that researchers from Johns Hopkins University suggest the FDA should reclassify psilocybin, the psychedelic drug and hallucinogenic mushrooms to a Schedule 1 or a 5 drug? 4 drug? I don't do Roman numerals.
I think it's a Schedule 1 right now.
Schedule 1 drug?
No, you don't want Roman numeral.
Is that 5?
4.
I can't do Roman numerals. Meaning a concern about
a column before a V?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. What is that thing? That was one thing I was like, you know what? I'm not learning this. That was one thing I put my
Roman numeral.
I was like, this will never be relevant. I swear to God.
Then you became a football fan.
Right.
Hey, man, what Super Bowl
Super Bowl comes around once a year. I go, what the hell? And other than that, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's like cursive. What a waste of time. Anyway. But maybe I could have used that knowledge now. Mm-hmm. I'd be like sleeping pills, but on a simple prescription. We believe that the condition should be tightly controlled and that when taken for a clinical reason, it should be administered in a healthcare setting under professional guidance. Published in Neuropharmacology, the study looks at, go ahead and say it, Ted. Psilocybin. Dating back to the 1940s and the 60s, they were on the cutting edge of neuroscience research and understanding how the brain worked, but then it got out of the lab. And research stopped partly because the hippie counterculture embraced mind-altering drugs like mushrooms and LSD, and as you know, the government didn't like that. But a recent cultural shift has seen professionals adopt microdosing to increase productivity, and consumers, particularly women, use psychedelics to alleviate anxiety and depression, and from what we understand now, migraine headaches. And why psilocybin poses some health risks, Johnson says in a press release, it's safer than other surveyed drugs. But don't hold your breath. The FDA doesn't do anything in much of a hurry. It could take as long as 5 years. But what did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
A few more comments. Methamphetamine has come up quite a bit. It says meth is very similar to MDMA. So the sex on meth is very similar, but it lasts forever. Also, if you take a shot of meth, you can release yourself almost instantly. Craziest thing I ever experienced.
What?
That's what this guy says. And then someone else.
But a shot of meth, he means like shooting it with a needle, right?
Yeah.
Where? You mean just in your...
Hey, man, I don't know. I didn't ask for instructions, all right?
All right, I want them.
I think that's good for you. You do you. But that's good for you.
Dude, I went out with a girl once that her ex-husband just, like, literally was, like, working all the time and working on the house. And she was just finally, she was like, something's up. And it turned out he was on meth.
Right, because it's working all the time. Yeah, another one we got.
Okay.
Guy says meth is awesome. I smoked it recreationally for like 9 months.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if the SI was getting was that good, but we'd stay up all night playing darts, drinking beer. Also, I didn't hang with any fienders, that freak out when they were gone. I planned the weekend with my buddies, but they all bailed. I smoked it all. Didn't sleep from Thursday morning till Sunday.
Okay. All right.
But he says it's awesome.
I feel like you got to get in just a few hours.
Hey, man. Well, at the end of it, his apprentice, what did he say?
Oh, boy.
His apprentice covered for him while he slept at work. Yeah.
What?
That was the end of that.
What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
Hello, Jim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Great show, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, so I went to New Zealand on an exchange program with my son, and we were on Stewart Island, which is off the main island of New Zealand, and they have this thing called Mutton Bird. Mutton Bird. And the locals and only the Maori tribes people can harvest. It's a seabird that flies under these cliffs, and these Maori people have to go pluck these chicks out of these little caves off the cliff. They take that bird after they kill it, clean it, stick it in a basket woven out of leaves, and soak it in there with sardine oil and let it rot for about 2 months.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me the humans are taking the babies?
Yeah. Maoris, right? That's the native people of New Zealand. Right. They're allowed to go harvest. They got to climb up these cliffs.
So I guess you don't eat a full-size Maori. You only eat the young. You follow what I'm saying here? Like, if you're going up and stealing babies, I mean, what's wrong with it's like the size of a turkey or a chicken. I mean,
but that's what I said. If I'm an animal and I'm going to pick what I think I want to eat,
all right, that's fair.
I'm going young. All right. So, did you know all of this going in?
Yes, I did.
So wait a minute. You knew in advance that they took a bird, rubbed it down in sardine oil, and let it rot.
Do you love your son?
And then you said, "Yes, I will try that."
Exactly, and the New Zealander people that we were with, they're shaking their heads, going, "You don't want to eat this. You don't want to eat this." And I was on a mission to try everything. I tried haggis, hawashell, which is sea urchin. Abalone.
Oh, sea urchin is terrible.
What's the worst? Is this Maori thing? Is that the worst thing you tried?
The Maori, yeah.
Maori.
That was the worst thing. I'll never try it again. And guess what it tasted like?
Poop.
It tastes exactly like what I just described. It tastes like chicken soaked in sardine oil and then rotten. It tastes like.
Now, let me ask you this. What have you tried that you were just mind blown? You couldn't believe how good it was?
Believe it or not, egg yolks.
Served how? Like you just crack an egg, get rid of the white, suck down the yolk?
No. A fried egg. Growing up as a kid, my mom always ate eggs sunny side up.
All right.
And I thought, that is so gross and nasty. And I was in Canada as a kid on a school band trip, one time at band camp.
I ate an egg yolk.
And the guy served me sunny side up eggs, and I didn't want to be rude, so I cut around it, ate the whites, and plopped that yolk in my mouth, and I just went, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Huh. Okay, that was not the answer I was expecting.
No, of all the things. You tried all this goddamn food.
Like, I've always accidentally overcooked my eggs. So sure, I've tasted a well-done egg yolk.
The most shocking thing to him is a goddamn egg yolk.
Wow, the incredible edible egg.
How long are you in New Zealand?
I was in New Zealand for almost a whole month.
Okay, how long did it take for your jet lag to go away? How many hours ahead were they?
It's a day and a half.
Damn.
And the first day was it was like you had the worst cold of your life and we're taking cold medicine. It was just a drag.
Okay. Your son having a good time?
Oh, it was awesome. The best. I mean, it was a whole month of going on excursions and going river rafting and cave plunking. And
so wait a minute. Wait.
The coolest thing in the world.
What kind of student exchange is this, man? Because that just sounds like an all-inclusive resort. Like, what class do you take for this to happen?
It was let's see, it was 6th grade. That particular town in Invercargill, that's the only town that does an exchange program with school kids in all of New Zealand. They do it with Meeker Middle School in Tacoma, Washington, believe it or not.
That's awesome, man. That's an incredible opportunity.
You stay with family members. So they send kids and they stay at your house, and then you go and stay at kids' houses over there.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I've had exchange students stay at my house. I've never gotten a swap deal on that.
Yeah, I mean, you have hosted. Where was the girl from? Or
she was from Spain, Portugal.
Right, but you didn't get to go to Portugal, right?
No, but I took her to Canada. I smuggled a kid in across the border and back. Think about that.
Wait, how did this work? This is not your kid.
No,
this is a Portuguese kid in your American-ass car, and you're taking her over an international border.
Done deal. I've done it.
Did anybody say, hey, that's a bad idea?
Nope. We had the papers. I mean, we had everything.
Oh, all right.
Like, here's the...
So you didn't smuggle her.
But the thing was...
still, man.
We just
I just think it sounds bad when you talk about smuggling kids overall.
No, I'm saying...
True.
I thought you would need more documentation because we had passports for our daughters. We had passports.
Right.
But we did not have one for our exchange student.
Wait, she didn't have her passport?
She didn't have a Portuguese one?
Oh, no. She just had her paperwork.
Were you confident of this driving up? Because as I understand, your passport's just the thing.
It was at another location where she was also going to. So she did not bring it traveling with her within the United States because she did not think she would need it because she did not think that she was going to leave the country.
She didn't think she'd be with her family.
That was not the point where she was leaving from.
Right.
So,
okay, I got you.
But still, at least she saw Canada, which is beautiful. What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999 Hola. And in fairness, it's not getting into Canada; it's getting back to the United States as a citizen of the United States.
It is amazing.
Yeah, really. You got to bend over, Junior.
Right.
Welcome to Blaine.
Right. Hello, Luke. Welcome to the bedroom.
Hey, hola, bitches.
Hola.
How you guys doing?
Doing well, my friend.
Good. First time caller, so thanks for taking the call.
Welcome to the program. That's just because Mike let this one slip through.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
There you go.
So one thing I tried that I'll never have again in my life, I went to Portugal and...
See, Miles? He went to Portugal. Yep. You try to smuggle a Portuguese kid across the border.
Hey, favorite country I've ever been to. I love it.
Oh, Miles, think of the opportunity you could have had if only your exchange worked like the good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'd live over there rather than over here.
Oh, Miles, this is just...
Portugal sounds amazing.
I mean, really.
You messed up, man.
I saw him as pictures from where she lived, and I'm like, you live there? It looks like you live in a picture.
And she probably said, and you will never visit me, child smuggler.
Like on a curving, cobblestone road on a cliff with just beautiful, villas and houses painted different colors and the Mediterranean or the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean.
Sure she was impressed coming over here, man.
Hell no.
Yes. Looking at your house.
I saw Canada.
Exactly.
Wow.
Thank you, American.
You crazy.
So when I was over there, I wanted to try something different I've never tried before. So I went out on a whim, went to a seafood joint, and I got octopus.
Okay.
So I was thinking, it was going to be deep fried or whatever it was. Well, they hand me the plate, and it literally is an octopus with the head cut off with all the tentacles on it, and it was steamed.
So now you're just looking at an octopus.
Steam tentacles.
It was
steamy tentacles.
the worst food I've ever had.
I mean, how rubbery was it?
It was gooey. Like you could feel the tentacles in your mouth. It was,
did the suction cups like stick to the side of your mouth when you ate it?
Yeah, well, I took like 2 bites and I gave it back. I was like, yeah, I'll just take a burger.
Even like your poop later.
It was a seafood joint. So
the little suction cup.
See if you guys have some fries or something.
You ate fries? You just got French fries?
Pretty much, yeah. No, I couldn't eat anything after that. I was done.
It'd be like that little suction cup that you put on your window to hang the little piece of stained glass. It'd be like having 20 of those in your mouth at once. Just take it to the side.
Octopus to me has to be done very...
I'm done with it, man. Ever since Steve convinced me that octopus are from alien life forms, I can't eat them anymore.
Yeah, I convinced you
I've eaten them more. You eat them more, you get their powers.
No, I don't want to.
That's why you're changing color.
Actually, what it was, and this is the honest God truth, and I rarely have a stance on anything, but man, when that octopus escaped from the aquarium, when he got out of that tank, slid down that pipe, got out the drain and broke free, I'm like, God damn it, I can't eat these things anymore.
To be fair,
it was an amazing escape plan.
Yeah, but also they had that in Finding Dory. So,
right, but this...
To a degree, humans thought of it first.
Yeah, all right. Well, still. I mean,
that's why you're not eating it?
Yeah.
I just think you got to prepare it correctly.
I thought, man, if this goddamn thing is that smart, I mean, it'd be like, I don't know.
Cannibals are
whale.
around.
I wouldn't want to eat whale for the same reason.
What whale would you eat if you were going to try a whale?
Whale shark. That's not a whale.
That's not a whale?
I don't think I would eat a whale.
I mean, you got to try one. You got to try one.
I guess you would have to go blue just because how blubbery it is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
same
reason.
reason.
The fat content. What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
Bring that conversation up with your vegan friends.
Yeah, I was
just hypothetically.
Bring it up with your Japanese friends.
You're not going to eat a whale.
I'll tell you what it tastes like.
Can we go back to just talking about the cannibalism thing?
Right, more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, guys. So, back in the mid-'90s, I was stationed in Okinawa and was out drinking with a bunch of my friends, and they told me, hey, let's do a hot shot and line up a nice bright red shot of liquor in front of me. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's hot damn. So I'm all ready just to do a shot of hot damn. And I shoot it down my throat, except it wasn't hot damn. It was Korean white tequila with Tabasco.
I don't know anything about Korean tequila.
Not white ones.
Yeah. I bet it doesn't have a lot of agave in it.
I mean, what does that consist of?
First, the whole idea of Korean tequila is wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, it's very...
And it tastes as bad as it sounds. Okay. And then add enough Tabasco to make it as bright red as hot damn. It was the nastiest...
I can't imagine, like, maybe if you were really sick, like maybe there's some time where you could sip this stuff.
I have a sore throat. I don't feel good.
The extreme of the extreme, because you would think that both of those things might cut through something, or I don't know.
I get it, but not voluntarily. If the idea is that we're going to have a good time drinking,
that's not it.
You know what? I've kind of done this with Tabasco. Years ago, I had some friends in town, and one guy is not a big drinker. He got wasted, right? But I've never really seen him wasted, so I didn't know how drunk he was. And he started ordering Fireball and dumping Tabasco in him. And we were calling him Coach whatever after him. So the next day, I said, you want to get one? And he goes, why would anybody drink that? I was like, you invented this last night and got us to drink it.
He had no recollection.
Oh, the next day he was disgusted by the idea of Tabasco in this Fireball.
Yeah,
which he's
I wonder
right.
why.
It was awful.
How many did you do?
Fireball's just fine by itself.
Oh, we did like 2 or 3. Because it became like a thing, like, God, what are we doing?
Let's have another one.
Let's do another one.
Wow, that's a bad combo, man.
Terrible.
On that note, somebody commented, never makes tang and milk.
Oh.
They said, just don't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, for everything.
Right, don't
miss tang and milk.
Man.
Literally and figuratively.
Don't mix tang
and milk.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, simple and forward, water skiing.
Did you give yourself an enema or did you do a face plant?
I did all three of the above. The enema, the face plant with a ski to the forehead, and then a ski to the back of the head.
Gotta let go, man. You gotta let go.
And I didn't know water could hurt that hard, and the boat was going like Mach 12, and the thrill was not worth the pain that was associated with it.
You have to understand, though, that there is some kind of indoctrination, unless it's your father at the helm of the boat. If it's any of your friends driving the boat, they will at some point in time put you in a threatening situation. And you know it. They're gonna hammer it down for a little bit and do the. Of course, they need to have their fun for some dumb reason. Once they because
that's what friends do.
Once they doctrine you in, then you're fine for the rest of the day. You can feel good about your pacing and everything. But they're gonna dump you a few times. They're gonna swing you out into some crap. They're gonna freak you the hell out because they enjoy that kind of thing for some sick reason.
Yeah, I went to the beach and drank beer for the rest of the day, hung out with the girls.
I like your style, man.
Yep.
Of course your friends are going to do that. That's what you signed up for with friendship. It says basically, we respect each other enough that inevitably I'm just going to do bad things to you, right? Mm-hmm. Just because I find it funny and I want to make you uncomfortable. That's why I will prank you. I will joke with you. I will dump you in the water. I may or may not take your phone call even though I know you're in jail. Like, as your friend, like, guarantee.
And it's just hard to stop that when you're driving the boat.
Right.
Because you're seeing him back there swinging all around.
Yeah,
and we're friends.
He's bouncing out. He's really bouncing on the air tube.
Yeah, but
he's catching air.
You got the hang of it now. Like, I know how to really whip him out there. All right, let's go for it.
You don't realize just one little kink of that wheel, man. All of a sudden, he's like, zap! He's like beside you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like flipping you off.
But isn't this really the thing? Like, and I would never do that to a stranger.
No, just
if I didn't know the person, I would never do this. I know you and I like you. I'm going to try to hurt you.
It's like walk up to a stranger on a beach that is completely sunburned. You would never dare smack him.
You wouldn't do it. But if it's your friend.
How many times have you been really sunburned, like get off a boat or something, your buddy just slap?
I was a kid, caught a ski, man, and the side of my head went into the lake, and I couldn't hear out of that ear for like a week. It was like I just had water in there constantly. You know what I mean? It was just like it deafened me.
But as your friend, that's the only side of your body I'd talk to you on.
Yeah, exactly.
Miles, can you hear me? Come on, man.
What did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? Hold the line. More of your calls coming up. 844-999. Hola. Also still to come, who sucks less? And the word helps you with a little marijuana lingo in case you're headed to the Great White North. All that and more coming up next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
There's a guy in London named Dale Leaks. Dale Leaks in London. And over the weekend,
I wonder if he pees himself.
He and his girlfriend, Kelly Greaves, were at a shop buying horse riding accessories. How very English of you.
Oh, the Leaks and Greaves.
What do you need, horse riding accessories? What do you need?
We need new stirrups.
I need a new hat.
You know, we might be thinking about this all wrong. Like, hey, listen, mate, need the riding crop. We into that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well.
You got anything to put in my mouth?
So they're busy buying this stuff, and then she grabs a horsewhip and hits him on the butt.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You feel up and down.
To get his revenge, he decided to pull his own prank. He listed her for sale on eBay. The posting was obviously a joke, and he described her like a used car with lines like, quote, starts okay, but after a while, there's a constant whining noise I can't seem to stop. And, quote, bodywork is fairly tidy, but close-up shows signs of wear. Well, somehow he accidentally sparked a bidding war, and the price for Kelly got up to $119,000.
Wow.
Before eBay pulled the ad 24 hours later, they said it broke their policy against selling humans.
I'm glad they feel they need to make that statement.
Dale and Kelly say they aren't on any hard feelings between them after the post. Kelly said,
we know, man.
She may be pulling a prank for revenge. Our question, what did you only try once, and why will you never try it again? 844-999-HOLA.
Hello, Devin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hola.
So, my story begins in the Navy. A couple years ago, I went to a security force training school for the Navy. And one of the things that they do for the first week, or the first day of this training, actually, is use OC spray on you. I don't know if you guys know what OC spray is.
Negative.
Like pepper spray?
Yeah, it's worse than pepper spray. It's used for I mean, cops have it and stuff like that. Also used for like people who go out in the woods. You can use it against bears.
Is this so you know what this stuff is like? Is that why they spray you with it?
No, they just don't like you, Miles.
You have to be sprayed with it to be able to carry it to use in certain scenarios. When
they should do that with guns.
They should do it with everything. All right, gonna buy this gun, man. All right.
All right. Ah!
Right. Keep the safety on.
Ah!
Oh, you're gonna buy this kitchen knife? Okay.
One of the worst pains.
Sure. So, I mean, do they spray it in your face directly, or do they spray it in your area?
No, they spray it in your face. And for us, the class that we were in, they go alphabetically, and I just happened to be last. And the can of OC spray that they used on me had been used on 3 people prior to me. So when they went to spray me, instead of it being a straight stream across my forehead, it was more of a mist/dribble of the bottom of the can. And of course, the bottom of the can is the most intense part of it because it's what's remaining of all the oils and stuff like that that's in the spray.
So how bad did that burn your face?
Oh, it was. I will. Let's just say, if I ever get a can of OC spray pointed in my face, I will physically do anything that person wants to not spray.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question here. And do they seem to find great joy in applying this to your forehead?
How can you not?
You know what I mean? Do they have a smirk?
Absolutely.
They do. This is a great day for them, isn't it?
Well, chances are it happened to them.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it had to.
All right.
All right, so how long does it take before you feel the pain? Is it just instant?
So when they first spray you, your eyes are closed, and they tell you, hey, we're going to spray you, and so you get it across the forehead, and it dribbles down your face, and the initial reaction was fine. It's once you open your eyes.
All right.
And when I opened my eyes, it was. I mean, it's worse than somebody throwing a handful of sand.
Well, more importantly, how long does this take to go away? How long do the effects take to wear off?
Well, after they sprayed everyone, you go through a course after you get sprayed. You got to do a few things, and then we all went back to the room to mellow out, and it took about 3 hours for the pain to subside enough to where I could.
This is probably like me when I go to the eye doctor and get my eyes dilated. It's probably very similar.
You think this is why Ozzy wrote the song? Want to close my eyes forever.
I just think it's great that you get like great joy in supplying pain to someone else. Like,
well, sure,
but also it's done proper. Like, you're going to be much more careful about how you use that on another human once you've had it on you.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, you'd hope.
I mean,
that's the idea.
I'm at the point that
the reason they do it.
I don't like you.
They should have someone.
I'm going all out.
I don't even think they should do like like someone in the service that does it. It should be like a Chet or a Chad.
Hey man, just chill out.
They just hires me like $20 an hour to F you up. Here we are, man. I'm popping the collar on this one.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.
There's something I've always wanted to tell you, Priscilla.
Greg? Oh, sorry.
From the moment I first saw you.
I'm just really hungry.
Some things never change, like somebody opening a bag of chips during your favorite movie, and Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Greg, do you mind?
I've waited years to say this to you.
Greg! Hey, honey, you want some? There's sour cream and onion.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.